Good to see you again here. Today we're going to do a nice, invigorating flow today to get you feeling really rejuvenated and refreshed. So let's just go ahead and come onto our mats. No warm-up needed. We'll do that together. Just need a little bit of space. Let's start with a little bit of wrist care, getting our forearms and our wrist awakened. Now you can stand or you can kneel. It's really up to you. Just starting making circles inward. Kind of really opening out the fingers and being dramatic, stretching the arms out. And then reverse those circles as you bring them back towards the body. And now straight up to the sides like a T, inward circles. And the opposite. And then straight up towards the sky. Big inhales as you reach up, and then switch your circles as you bring your arms back down and all the way towards the ground. And switch the direction. Bring your hands to your heart. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's press the backs of the hands together. Getting a little bit of counter stretch. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's go ahead and come all the way down onto hands and knees. Inhale as you lift the chin and the tail. Exhale, push the floor away, round your spine. Let's do that again. Inhale, drop your belly, gently looking up. Exhale, push and round, pull your core in. And one more time, inhale, exaggerating it. Exhale. Let's tuck the toes and send the hips up, downward facing dog. Just pressing through the heel of the hand, making sure the base of the thumb is anchored down. Little pick up through the palm of the hand, using the fingers for strength. Low belly pulling into the spine can be long. Rooting down right through the heels. Even if they don't touch, that's all right. We just want to make sure that we're really pressing through the center of the ankle so that the leg bones are engaged, the glutes stay active. Let's bring our feet together. And as you inhale, reach that right leg up. Just stay here for a moment, really finding some length through the back of that left leg. Little circles through the right ankle. And maybe big circles with the knee if that feels nice. Find that length again. Big inhale for length. Exhale, let's shift forward, knee to nose. Pulse it in. Inhale, send it back up. And then as you exhale, squeeze it in again, and let's step it up and do a low lunge. Lower that back knee, let the toes point back, bring your hands to that front knee, and just start to sink in, finding little bits of movement so that you can really start to warm up the hips, bringing new circulation, fresh blood supply, sinking down through the front of that left hip. Flexing through the right. Lift your chest. Glutes are active to protect your low back. Now let's tuck those back toes. Lift the back knee and lift up. Arms rise. Vinyasa, crescent lunge. Feel the strength of your legs. Inhales for length and exhale. Bring your hands down. And let's step back, downward facing dog. Let's move into the second side, inhaling, left leg reaches. And just staying here for a moment to find that length. Little ankle circles. And maybe big hip circles if that feels nice. Find that length once again. Exhale, squeeze it in, knee to nose, pulse it in, hold. Inhale, lift it back up, find your length. And exhale, squeeze it in and step it up. Lower the back knee, point the toes back. And inhale, rise back up, that low crescent lunge. Just starting to warm up the other hip now, finding a little bit of mobility. Keep everything kind of squeezing in towards that midline. Don't let that left knee flare out, but keep everything right and engaged towards the center of the body. Nice. Now tuck the back toes, lift the knee and rise up. Crescent lunge, strong legs. Reach through the hands. And exhale, hands come down. Step that left foot back, downward facing. Let's find a little bit of stability in this downward facing dog. I really want you to get your hips nice and neutral. Try not to flare to one side or the other. And let's see how it feels to lift the right arm, maybe grabbing onto the right shin, or bringing it around your low back. Try not to really let your hips sway to the side, but keep everything neutral so that this left arm really has to engage through the scapula, through the bicep, through the deltoids. Everything is really activated and turned on. And we find that stability and that strength. Keep breathing. Drishti's just past the tip of the nose. And bring that right hand down. Let's switch sides. Really ground down through the right side. Get nice and neutral. Anchor down through the heel of the hand. And then left arm either behind the back or to the shin. Whatever you did on the first side, find that balance. Strong shoulders. Keep that low belly sucking in, helping you find that balance, that strength. Another big breath. Nice. Hands come back down. Find your downward facing dog. And using the strength that we just cultivated, shift forward onto the tiptoes. And I want you to hop with both feet. So bend the knees, and a little jump up to your fingers, inhaling right to that halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reach with the crown of your head. Inhale and rise all the way up. Exhale. Samastitihi, that mountain pose Tadasana. Bend your knees, sit the hips back, and inhale. Reach the arms. So really sink through the legs. I really want you to get nice and low. Squeeze the legs towards each other. Activate the glutes. Sink into your heels. Reach up into your hands. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Exhale, hands come down, fold. Inhale, reach with the crown of your head. Get nice and long. Let's fold in again. Exhale. Inhale one more time. Exhale, fold. Inhale to that halfway lift. From here, let's send the feet back in Vinyasa. So right through your Chaturanga, hold at the bottom. Inhale, upward facing. As you're in this upward facing, squeeze your glutes, engage the legs, drag your heart through your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your feet together again. Inhale, reach that right leg high. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, get that length, reach high. Exhale, squeeze it in and step it up. This time, warrior one, pivot the back heel flat. So you can either have it pointing all the way out at this 90-degree angle or in at a 45, up to you. As you inhale, reach up. Sink through that front right knee. Try not to let it flare out. Keep the knee in line with the toes. Reach into the hands. Maybe you touch palms. Keep breathing. Feel that strong low body. And then open up, warrior two. So now, still that front foot is facing right to the front of your mat. Back foot should be about parallel with the back of your mat. Arms are open to a T. Spine is nice and neutral and tall. Shoulders away from the ears. Keep breathing. Inhale as you reach your arms up and over. Let's Skandasana, that ninja pose to the back of your mat. Bend your left knee, straighten your right leg. Do a little hip mobility. Go ahead and sit down from here and come on back up. Strong legs, exhale, sit down. Inhale, reach back up. One more time, sit. And coming back up, maybe all the way under those toes, find that balance. Very nice. Push into your legs. Let's find that halfway forward fold. So the legs are wide, we're halfway through our mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Reach up through the tail and exhale, let's fold. So hands come down, palms are flat. Reach with the crown of your head. Press right to the center of the ankles here, guys. Now this is a really nice place to work on your headstand, so the tripod headstand. If that's not in your practice, feel free to just keep working on that forward fold. Otherwise, let's bring the head down, making a triangle with the hands. Maybe we can straddle the legs up. Elbows in. Reach through the toes. Press out of the shoulders. And let's come back down. Flex the feet and land gently. Inhaling to that halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale, let's rise all the way up, reach to the top. And let's exhale, Skandasana, or I'm sorry, Vinyasa to the top of your mat. Elbows in, gaze forward. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, downward facing. Very nice. Left side, reach up through that left leg. Get tall, exhale, squeeze it in, knee to nose. Inhale, reach again. This time let's step it up, warrior one. Back heel flat, toes point out, your angle. And inhale as you rise. A little tuck of the tailbones, so that we're not back bending here. Reaching into the hands, strong legs. One more breath, be strong. And then let's open up warrior two. Arms are open to a T. Tucking the tail under you slightly. Fingers are glued together. Drishti is past the tip of the front fingers. Your left hand. Sink into that front knee. And arms up and over, touch palms. Let's Skandasana to the back of the mat. Right knee bends. Go ahead and sit down. Let's do that 3 times. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, sit. Inhale, back up. Exhale, sit one more time. Up. Sit back down. And let's come all the way up, maybe under the balls of the toes. Really find that balance. Let's go halfway down our mat. Legs open wide. This time, bring your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers over your back and stretch it out. Reach with the crown of your head. Low belly pulls in. Let your hips shift forward over your shoulders. Press right to the center of your ankles. And just feel a nice stretch through the shoulders and through the wrists. If you would like to headstand here, feel free. Maybe this time, a bound headstand. Baddha Shirshasana. Interlacing your fingers. Making a little bowl for your head. And we float the toes up nice and easy. Press out of the forearms and the elbows so you're not pressing into your head. Just balancing. And toes come back down, nice and easy. We never jump. And find that forward fold again. Inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Let's Vinyasa, top of our mat, hands down, step back. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Very nice. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and do a nice little jump to the top of our mats once again. So inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, find a little jump. Bring your feet to the top of your mat. Now that yogi squat, so toes in, heels out. So it's really important here that we don't let our knees flop in. That kind of puts pressure through the ankles, makes our feet lazy. So if you can't get your heels down, that's okay. But what I want for you to have is for the center of your ankles being that source of your strength. Press down through the base of the big toe and through the heel if you can get it down. Sit up tall. Open your knees up wide. Lift your heart. Shoulder blades slide down your back. Little stretch up through the neck, smile on your face. Go ahead and drop that right arm in. Stretch up through the left side. Exhale, let's switch sides. Left hand comes down. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, right hand comes down. Let's take a little bow into Malasana here. So swing your arms around your knees and shins. See if you can grab onto your inner ankles. Nice little shoulder opener, chest stretch. Go ahead and just sit right down here, float the toes up, boat pose Navasana. So if your knees are bent, no worries, but try to maybe get the shins parallel to the ground, don't let them drop too low. Reach the arms out. Belly button pulls towards the spine. Maybe draw the ankles in here, give yourself a bump up. We're gonna do this 3 times. So a little bump, push the floor away, calm back down. Let's do it again. Maybe the base of the big toes touch, maybe the ankles. Belly button pulls in, chest is lifting. A little protraction through the shoulder blades as we find that reach. Maybe just close your eyes so you don't have to worry about it. Let's do that bump up once more. Cross the ankles, even really the shins. Hands come down, shoulder blades slide down our back. Little push up. Those really help build strength, and one more boat. So if you gotta grab on, don't worry about it. If you're shaking, we all are. Stay with it. Keep breathing. 3 more of your biggest, slowest, calmest breaths. That's already 2, last one. Straighten the legs, point the toes if you can, and lower them down. Let's just roll over the feet and step back, cobra pose. So lower all the way down, point the toes back, bring the hands in by the chest, and inhale. As you bend the elbows in, squeeze the butt, protect your low back, press into the tops of your feet. Exhale, lower it down. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. Once more. Lift your heart, shoulders are down. Hands are strong as you press into the heel of the hand. Pelvis is down. Exhale all the way to the ground. Very nice. Let's go ahead and stack our forearms. Rest your third eye for a moment. One more breath. Let's find some Shalabhasana, shall we? So reach your arms up and overhead. Maybe palms reach towards each other or down. Point the toes back. Squeeze the legs towards each other. And get a nice neutral neck and inhale, lift up the legs and the arms and the chest. Hold for 2 or 3 breaths. Really squeezing everything towards that midline, getting as tall as you can. Exhale, come down. Let's do that 2 more times. 1 resting breath in between. Here we go again. Inhale, reach. Don't hold your breath. Keep reaching, keep breathing. 1 more breath in. Exhale, lower it down. 1 resting breath and we'll be up for 5. On your inhale, here we go. That's already 1. 2, keep squeezing towards the midline. 3, stretch and get tall. 4 already, last 1. Reach up, get strong. Exhale all the way down, turn your head to the side. 1 more breath. Now let's work a little bit on Vinyasa, that bow pose. So we're going to reach back, grab towards our shins, and kind of make a bow shape. So arms come back behind you, bend the knees. Now if you only grab the ankles, that's okay. If you move that a little further down towards the shins, bring the knees towards each other. And when you're ready, inhale. Remember, butt is active. Open your chest. Squeeze your butt. 1 more breath here. Exhale, lower it down. I'm going to go ahead and keep a hold of my feet, stretching out the quads. You can release them if you'd like. 2 more of those bow pose Vinyasa. Next time we'll turn our head the opposite way. When you're ready, come back through that neutral position. And on your inhale, lift up. Maybe the big toes can touch or the heels. Squeeze your butt and see that length that you'll get. 1 more breath. Exhale, lower down, turn your head the opposite way. We got 1 more. So when you're ready, on your inhale, come through center. And let's hold it for at least 3, maybe 5. Here we go. That's 1. 2, 3, 4, last one, get tall, and 5, lower down, rest for a breath, release the legs, bring the hands down by the chest, tuck your toes, tuck your pelvis, and let's press all the way up to the top. Use your knees if you need to. Let's do that a few more times. Exhale as you lower all the way down, let your chest touch. Push back up, that's 2, we got 3 more. Lower all the way down, chest touches, pelvis is tucked, explode up, that's 3. Lower down slow, elbows in, and explode up. 4, lower down, last one, be strong. And downward facing. See? It is a resting posture. Very nice. All right, you guys, let's do that jump to the top of our mat again. Press into the heel of your hands, strong shoulders, bend the knees as you look up. And a little float or a hop to the top. Inhaling right to that half lift, exhale, fold. Go ahead and separate your feet. Grab opposite elbow, let's sway a little. Nice. All right, you guys, so we usually work in crow pose, that's pretty typical. But today let's work a little bit in flying pigeon. Go ahead, bend the knees, sit back. Find Utkatasana, your chair pose, reach up. Now this time I want you to lift that right leg. Just enough so that you can find that strength through the left side, and then cross the ankle, the right ankle over the left knee. You can bring your hands to your heart. This enough can be challenging. So if you stay right here, know that this is perfect and a great way to build strength and focus and stability. Now make sure that your right ankle is flexed. And slowly bring your hands down to the floor. Once your hands are on the floor, I want you to hook your right foot around your left tricep. I want you to find the spot where your right knee can rest right through your right elbow, right tricep. And start to shift forward. Maybe these little floats as you find a little air time through that left foot. You have to shift forward into the tips of the fingers just like you would for crow. Play with this a little. Now if you're ready for a little bit more, let's try to find that balance. Press into the heel of the hand. Use your fingers for your brakes. Maybe your left toes can float. If this is all you got right here, this is an amazing place to work on balance. Stay right there. Work on staying for longer periods of time. And if you're ready for a little bit more still, then once we find that flight where the left foot reaches up, then maybe we shift forward more and straighten that left leg. Wherever you are, let's Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. And let's come to the top of our mat again. So a little bend of the knees as you look up. Jump up. Very nice. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. And come right into your chair. Bend the knees, sit down, reach arms up. Reach into your hands as you sink into the knees. And then lift that left leg. Find strength through the left side. As you lift the leg, strong right side as you sink in. And let's cross the ankle. Left ankle comes over the right knee. Hands to the heart. There we go. Great place to stay. Feels super good on the hips. Great place to strengthen that right ankle. But if we're ready for more, hands come down. And let's hook those left toes around the right tricep or the right bicep. Really, really hook it in with the toes. Find that spot where your left knee can balance on the left arm. And maybe we work on playing a little bit with bouncing those right toes up off the ground, finding a little bit of air time. Have to shift forward. Use your fingers for strength. It takes time. We have to come into these postures again and again to really get familiar with them. So you keep playing with it. And over time, I promise you, it will come. It will. But if you're ready for more, let's try to straighten out that right leg. Fly that pigeon. Point your toes, reach. Let the shoulders shift forward. Your fingers are your brakes. And when you're ready, we Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Very nice. Let's come back to that lunge again, guys. Inhale, reach that right leg up. Exhale, squeeze it in and step it up. Low lunge. Lower that back knee. Point the toes back. Woo, I'm getting warm. It's a warm day here today, guys. Michigan rarely gets hot, but it is today. Reach the arms up as you sink into the hips. Keep this front knee, front ankle, and toes. Get all facing towards that front line. We don't want anything flailing out to the side. We want to stay into that midline plane. Feel something a little deeper than maybe you did at the beginning of your practice. Bring your hands down and let's stretch out that front leg in this Adho Hanumanasana. Half splits. Right toes flex back towards the face as we bow over that right leg. And let's just flow a little bit in and out of that. So shift forward, low lunge, a little deeper, and exhale, half splits. Inhale, half, or this low lunge, exhale, half splits. Come forward again, maybe even sliding to the top of your back knee. So I'm going to be on top of the patella, more towards the thigh than I am towards the shin on the ground. Really feeling something. I'm going to walk this right foot away, sinking in a little bit more, a little deeper. using my hands for strength. And then exhale, calf splits, fold over your right leg. And maybe, if this is in your practice, working your way out into a full split. So now that we've really stretched out the hips and the hamstrings, send that left leg away. So we can't just sink into the hips, but the legs have to be really engaged. Muscles hug towards bones. Active glutes here, protect your low back. There is a bit of a back bend aspect to the splits. Maybe fold over your front leg. Go to your edge wherever you can. So if you're still supporting yourself with your hands, that's okay. That's all right, that is the beginning of it. We have to work our way here in these little tiny steps. Breathe into your hips, see what you can relax, whether it's your hips, maybe it's your jaw, maybe it's your shoulders, but relax into these sensations. See where you can let go. Where are you fighting? Where are you still holding on? And then walk your hands back underneath you. Roll towards that right glute. Swing that left leg around. Both legs straight out in front of you. Let's fold over them. Paschimottanasana, that intense Western stretch. Pull the low belly in. Lowest ribs lift up and away from the cradle of your pelvis. Low belly sucks in, and you fold over your legs. Toes flex back towards the feet. Shoulders are soft, jaw is soft, and fold. Every inhale, we get a little longer. Every exhale, we deepen. So we don't just stay there. We keep finding a deeper space, new sensations to relax into. Next inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale. Inhale, rise up all the way. Bring the hands behind you, point the fingers towards the glutes. Engage the legs as you lift the chest. And then start to squeeze the legs towards each other as you point the toes down. Coming into that intense Eastern stretch this time. Maybe dropping the head back. One more breath, lift your hips. Exhale, come back down. Cross your ankles, roll over your feet, back to downward facing dog. And again, let's lift that left leg. Second side. Find that length, exhale, knee to nose, step it up. Lower the back knee, point the toes back. And that low lunge. Going a little deeper than we did before. Just kind of making little movements so that we can really feel something through not just the front of that right hip flexor, but deep into the left hip as well. Keep your chest lifted, legs squeezing in, right? Active glutes. Let's go ahead and sit back, tuck those right toes, straighten out that front left leg, fold over it, flex the toes back. So you might want to kind of naturally slip over to the right, but again, we want to keep the hips kind of squared as best we can, and just fold over this left leg. Inhaling, come forward again. Exhaling, coming back to that half splits. And moving in and out. Inhales, come forward. Exhale, shift back. Inhaling, let's go a little further in. So I'm coming to the top of the kneecap again. Point the toes back. I'm gonna walk this left foot away. Bit of a deeper lunge here, but I'm supported with my hands. And sit back on this deeper half splits. And then if it's in your practice, that full splits as you walk that left foot away. Send the right leg back behind you. So we tend to think that it's all about this front leg, but it's really not. It's about both. It's about more than both. It's about the hips, it's about the legs. So we're really stretching out through the back of the front left leg, yes, but we are really sinking in through this right hip flexor, engaging all of this right leg as we send it further away as we can. Muscle squeeze towards the bones, yet we soften through the hips. Activate the glutes, remember, so that low back is protected. Maybe you use your hands, maybe you're still up here or higher, but know that this will come as you soften into these postures in a smart way, in a safe way, little bits at a time, again and again. And then if you can, you start to fold over that front leg. Soften your jaw, soften your shoulders, relax them down, let that go. Are you holding on in your hips? Can you let that relax too? So yes, the legs are active, the hips are letting go. Another breath or two as you really let go wherever you can. And then swinging over to those left glutes so that we can bring that right leg around to the front. Very nice. And this time, rather than these deep, straight back as much as we can, forward fold, this time let's do a different variety. So maybe you only grab the shins, because this time I want you to pull your low belly in as if you're, arching away from your feet. Now if you grab your feet to do so, it helps because you can give yourself kind of that push-pull. I'm pushing away with my feet, and I'm pulling with my hands. I'm rounding my back, kind of like a cat pose. Low belly pulls in, glutes are engaged, quads are active. Oh, it's really nice stretch for the low back. Very nice, you guys. Let's come on to our backs. We're not quite done yet. A little bit of work and we'll be done soon. So bend your knees. Bring your feet just outside of your sit bones. I really think it's super important that we teach the glutes to engage. They don't like to. So let's do 25 to 50. So wherever you are, these little glute pulses. So shoulder blades are kind of tucked underneath you. Lift your hips. And then we're just gonna relax it down and squeeze up. So let's just go for it. Squeeze at the top. Don't worry if your knees are not in a perfect alignment, the toes point out to the side, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure that you're really strong, active feet, strong legs. That helps the glutes to get engaged. You can press down through the heels, even better, but maybe the heels have to lift, and that's okay. Be where you gotta be. Let's do 20 more, or maybe 10. Do what you can do. Finish it up. Nice and strong. Last 3 for me. 2 and 1. Hold at the top. Press into your feet. Keep breathing. Stay calm. Slowly start to wind down through the vertebrae. I want you to rest your low back on the floor, but don't set your glutes down. So get your low back to touch. There it is. But don't lower the glutes. And squeeze and hold. We're not quite done yet. Keep those glutes engaged. You should be feeling them. Let's bring your hands behind your head. Couple reverse crunches here too. We haven't done any core work really. Well, The butt is definitely core work, but let's work the abs a little bit. Go ahead and soften the butt down finally. We're gonna crunch in a bit here. With the shoulder blades up, head up, although you can keep it down if you're still new to this and you're really tired at this point, but if you got more in you, curl in. We're gonna extend the legs out and then pull them up. Legs out, lift the butt. So this is a reverse crunch. Really works those low abs. You wanna feel your low back touching the floor as you extend your legs. If your low back arches up like this, then I want you to bend your knees and not extend them out. So it's super important that the belly button pulls towards the spine, low back stays touching. Except at this point, right here, when we lift the butt up, obviously then the back wouldn't be touching. Keep going, in and out. And keep breathing. We don't want to hold our breath. Stay with it. Don't try to escape. Last 10, you guys. Last 5. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest the head down. Keep the knees drawn in. Give yourself a good squeeze. Relax. Keep your right knee pulled in. Extend your left leg out. Kind of relaxing off the low back. Soften. Now with this right knee drawn in, let it pass over to the left. Arms unravel. Maybe head can turn towards the right hand. And a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, out the mouth, let it go. I'm going to straighten this front right leg, grab it with my left hand. That just sounds like it feels good. Always listening to your body. It really knows what's best. And each day we need different things. And if we just listen, just slow down and listen. A lot of times we can fix so much of our aches and pains. Let's come back through center. Knees pull in towards the body. Find that neutral position. Give yourself that good squeeze. And then left leg extend out through the right side. This time the left knee passes over the body. And unravel the arms, looking over the left shoulder if you can. And soften. I'm going to straighten out that left leg. It sounds good again. And you can, if you want, or not. And that's your business, like Tabitha Brown would say. But I'm going to straighten out my left leg because that's my business. Just make it feel good. Do what feels good. Come back through center. Let's take the Bridge Karani, the legs up the wall. Arms up and overhead. Feet are up towards the ceiling. Just let some of that heat drain back down. And with the arms up and overhead, we're going to find a little bit of a Halasana plow pose variation. So as the toes come up towards, got to kind of shift up onto the shoulders. Going to grab onto the toes. A little stretch here. Activate the core, lengthen the torso. If this doesn't feel good, you can always bring the arms to the low back or down by
the ground. Find your variation. Bend the knees, kind of rest them on my third eye. Again, because I'm just doing that intuitive movement, what sounds good? Kind of sounds good to just curl in on myself. I'm going to straighten the legs, kind of like a forward fold, but on my back. And slowly start to unravel. Nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time. Legs starting to come down. And bend the knees so there's no torquing or straining the low back. And you can extend all the way out for a straight leg Shavasana, or, you know, this seems like it feels kind of good. I'm going to bend the knees and I'm falling towards each other. Arms reach up over and overhead and make a little connection here. Shavasanas can look like whatever you want them to look like. They don't have to be that straight arms, straight legs. You can sit up and meditate. You could flop over onto your belly. If you haven't been given permission to Shavasana however you want, this is your permission to Shavasana however you want. What feels good? What helps you to unwind and relax? Unwind and relax. Do that. And do that as long as you need to for your heart rate and your breath to return to nature's pace. Feel organic. Now I'm going to make my way into seated and say goodbye. But you stay in that restful posture as long as you'd like. And when you do come up, coming up nice and easy so that you don't strain anything, especially not your neck. I hope that this practice really served you well today, guys, and you found a little bit more space and a little bit more peace, and you feel a little lighter on your insides. The light and love in me sees and honors that same light and love in each and every one of you. Namaste. Take care, guys. Make sure you give this video a like when you are done. That way you can find it again. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm uploading videos all the time here. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate all the likes and the comments and the loves. You guys are the best. Take care. Have a good one.